What's up, guys? Today I want to show you the fastest and probably easiest way to set access to your Notion content. This could be anything like a guide, some tips and tricks you want to share, essentially anything you want to put behind a paywall. We're only going to use two tools for this. The first one we're going to use is a tool called HelpKit, which will help us to turn our Notion pages into a professional looking knowledge base. And the second we're going to use is Lemonsqueezy, which is a payment provider that I specifically recommend to use because similarly to Stripe, Lemonsqueezy allows your customers to pay with various payment methods. However, the difference to Stripe is that Lemonsqueezy is also a merchant of record, which means is that they handle all the tax compliance burden that are incurring on you. That could be remitting some sort of value-added tax that you need to do, which is a pain if you're not dealing with a merchant of record. And so I highly recommend to use Lemonsqueezy for this. And I want to show you how we're going to sell this Notion content based on my own example. And the example that we're using is Nomad Kit, which are essentially high-quality city guides for digital nomads. And in this example, the first guide that I've written is a guide about Bangkok. I spent a lot of time there, and so I thought it might be valuable to help other nomads out, teaching them the fastest way to feel at home in Bangkok. And the guide itself is written in Notion, and I have used a template that HelpKit provides me to essentially structure out the categories. And then I'm going to quickly show you how this looks like. This is the landing page of Nomad Kit, and I want to quickly show you the end result that a customer will get. So this is the landing page, and essentially at the end here, you can buy the guide. You will get redirected to a Lemonsqueezy payment site. Let me show you how this looks like. Looks like this. Here it says for the pre-order, but later will be for the full guide. And then users can enter their email address and also their card number and then pay here. And what the deliverable will be, the guide essentially will look like this. So this is the knowledge base documentation layout from HelpKit. And you can see this is just a very beautifully designed site that helps people to navigate through the knowledge that I'm providing. And how this looks like on the back end is in Notion is it looks like this. We only have like one database, and these databases have sub-databases or sub-collections. So we have categories, like main categories, and then subcategories here. And for example, if we go in, I've written a guide here about co-working spaces in Bangkok. We can scroll through here, and you can see I've written all of this in Notion because it's the easiest for me to brain dump and just focus on the content, not another tool. I just use it Notion perfect. And then I also can embed stuff here. I have these call-out sections that make it more visual. I have like a Google Maps integration here as well, so people can find it easier. And if we now go maybe back to the guide here, and I go here on the left, and I navigate to the co-working, and go to the co-working space, we can see this is the same content that I've written in Notion. However, it's synced to HelpKit and now exposed in a much more beautiful way. It's much easier to read. And you can see here on the right, we have a table of contents, and it's just, actually used for consuming rather than just writing. And so I want to show you how we're setting this up in the backend, because navigating to this guide will be possible if you are logged in. However, if you are logged out, what you will see is this. It will just this content is protection screen, and you need to enter your customer email that you use to purchase this guide. So let me now show you how we can easily do this with HelpKit and Lemonsqueezy. And I'm gonna first just show you real quick how we're gonna set up a product in Lemonsqueezy, and then we go to HelpKit. So let's go now to Lemonsqueezy. This is the page after you have registered. You will probably be here on your home screen in Lemonsqueezy. And then just bear in mind, this is the test mode. You can also use your production mode, which you should use if you're planning to use in production. I'm just using my test mode here. All of this is fake data. But after you have signed up for Lemonsqueezy, you filled out some details so that they know exactly what you're planning to sell, and you got accepted. You can navigate here to the product section. And here's where we create a product. You create here a new product, and it will look like this. You can give it a name, a description, and then you can also choose if you want to have a single payment or subscription. Both work, it doesn't matter. And then you can give a price and drop some media. And then most importantly here, you want to set generate license keys. You want to set this to unlimited and this to unlimited. This is just a little implementation detail. Technically you can play around, but I suggest you to put these two things in place. Really important to generate the license key toggle here. And that's it. And then you publish the product, and that's basically it. But let me just quickly show you how a full-fledged example could look like. So here for the Nomad Kit Bangkok City Guide, I gave it a name, a description, I have a single payment, the price, and if we scroll down, the important thing, right, we have set the license key, but then also in the confirmation model, right, what we're doing here is essentially congratulating them to successfully having fulfilled the order, but then also, how do we access the guide? And this is a domain that you can set up you can set up a custom domain with HelpKit. In this case, it's called bangkok.nomadkit.co, and I'm just instructing the users once they bought, they get a pop-up, and then it says, hey, visit bangkok.nomadkit and log in with their email. And they can also get the same, and I'm also setting here a little button text, access the guide, and then back down, Bangkok, Nomad, Co, like the domain. And then also here as email received, doing the exact same thing, so they get also an email with the instructions. So the great thing about this is now that let's just try it out. So essentially we're gonna go here, I'm gonna click on share, and I can just copy this link here. Bear in mind, all of this is still the test mode. But let's now open the site, and I'm just gonna now buy this with a fake account, which I have here called dominic.school, and I'm gonna call it LS for Lemonsqueezy. I know I'm not like the most best guy for coming up with names. And then we're gonna just use here a fake credit card that we can use that Lemonsqueezy provides us with just for testing. I'm gonna use this, and then I'm just gonna say bye. Okay. Now the important thing here is that the email that we used is going to be the email that we used to log in. You can see here, woohoo, your payment was successful and your order is complete. How do I access the guide? And then there's a link, you click on it, and then you will be prompted to enter your email. Now right now, the email won't work because we need to set it up with HelpKit first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to Lemonsqueezy, and we're gonna set up an API key. We can do this by going here to settings, go to API, and then here, you can create a new API key. Please note that the API key is different between the production and the test mode. I recommend you just play around with both and just test it out. Essentially, in the end, you need to use your API key from your production mode. I'm going to use the test mode here, and I'm just going to give this the name HelpKit test key. Then it will create an API key here, and I can copy this. It will only be shown once, bear that in mind. You can always create a new one later, but I copied this key now to my clipboard. And now I'm going to head over to my HelpKit dashboard. After you've created your HelpKit dashboard and you have synced your Notion knowledge base, this is how it will look like. And the cool thing now about this is that we want to set up the Lemonsqueezy gated content, protected access. We're going to navigate over to the settings. I'm going to click on protected access. And here, we're going to move over here to Lemonsqueezy. And then here in the Lemonsqueezy API key input form, we're going to basically just copy paste our API key that we have received from the dashboard of Lemonsqueezy. You can see it worked, and we can also here now select our products. And in my case, I only want to select the Nomad Kit Bangkok City Guide product here because this is what I have used to buy the guide. And then all we have to do is click on Save Setting. And that's basically it. And now let's have a look finally how it looks like for the customer's view. If we go now back to this little model that popped up, and we're going to click on Bangkok.nomadkit.co, we see this input field again. However, now we can actually use our email. So if you remember, we have used dominic.school plus ls@gmail.com. Now I wanted to show you, let's put the s away, let's see what happens. We will see access is denied because this email is not known. But now let's use the dominic.school plus ls@gmail.com and click on enter. And what we can see is we have just received a magic link to log into this knowledge base. If I go now to my dummy email address here, and just refresh here, you can see I have received this login email. And all I need to do now is click on this email, click to log in, and boom, I am in. And now have full access to my knowledge base that I've written in Notion, but is exposed with HelpKit as this beautiful knowledge base site. And that's basically it. I hope this guide was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see what kind of content you are going to start with HelpKit and Lemonsqueezy. Cheers.